And today also marks International Holocaust Remembrance Day, where people all over the world honor the 6 million Jewish people who died in the Holocaust.
One Miami Valley man is taking the time to tell us his story of survival, hoping that people will never forget the horror that Jewish people went through. 2 News reporter Riley Phillips joins us live in the studio with his story. First at 4, Riley.
Brooke and John, this is a remarkable story of strength. Ira Segalowitz was just a young boy when he and his mother fled to Russia to escape Germany's invasion of Poland, only to be met with harsh working and living conditions. Now he wants to make sure no one forgets the cruelties of the Holocaust.
Born in Sarny, Poland just before the start of the war in 1936, Ira Segalowitz's childhood would never be the same. His family got word of Germany's invasion of Poland. Knowing the atrocities committed on Jewish communities by the Nazis, he and his mother fled to Russia, to a work camp in the Ural Mountains near what used to be Stalingrad.
It was a horrific place, you know. It was old barracks that the military had there. And they built new ones and they built additional ones. They brought in thousands of people and factories, etc.
Ira and his mother spent the rest of World War II in that Russian camp, bearing the bitter cold weather with little to no clothing or food. His mother would work 10 hours a day, every day.
The payment was in rations, you know, and so once a month, you know, trucks would come in and we would get a sack of potatoes and a small sack of flour. That's what we had to live on for a month.
When the war was over, they returned to Sarny only to find everything was gone, including his family.
As soon as the Nazis came into Sarny, they established a ghetto and rounded up 14,000 Jewish people and then decided to liquidate that ghetto, and so they murdered almost everybody.
With nowhere to go, Ira and his mother went to a displaced persons camp in Austria. They spent 5 years there before they were able to go live with his aunts in New York City. At 16 years old, Ira finally had a home that was not a camp.
When we came here to the United States, we had actual bed to sleep on, you know, and food and all we could eat, you know, so yeah, this was heaven.
Ira later joined the U.S. Army and served in the Korean War. He went on to work in telecommunications. He has 4 sons and now 6 grandchildren, which brought him to Dayton. It took him years before he started opening up about his experience in the Holocaust, but now he wants to make sure no one ever stops talking about the lives of the 6 million Jews killed.
We have to continue teaching this, you know, we have to make sure that, you know, this is part of our education, you know, like, you have to learn, as you learn how to read and write, you have to know about your history because you're bound to repeat it if we don't know about it.
And Ira told me another remarkable story. He was able to reconnect with friends he made in the displaced persons camp in Austria. They were able to meet up back in 2021, the first time seeing each other in about 70 years. In the studio, Riley Phillips, 2 News, working for you.